Hello. How is everyone today? Make sure this is still working. Yeah, cool. We are playing Cinderella Phenomenon today. Apparently it's an Otome game, so we'll see how well this goes. Hopefully it's better than Amnesia Memories. But I'm not expecting much. I saw some reviews and they weren't any better than any other Otome game, I guess. But this is a free game, so if you want to try it out for yourself, go right ahead. I mean, any game I play, you could always try out yourself, but free games are much easier to go try out yourself. I should check the settings before. I don't know how well we'll be able to play this game. Oh god, this is still really loud. The font they decided to use is... it's kind of hard to read. But we'll see what the font they use for actual text boxes. If this is the music for the whole game, we're not having headphones on. This is already pissing me off. You know what? Whatever. We'll just jump right in. Let me make sure you guys can hear the terrible music. It's not terrible, I just don't like it. Which is not a shock. I don't like most background music. Sounds like you guys can hear it just fine though. Okay. Why is the taskbar showing? Okay, whatever. We'll change that back later, I guess. That is kind of weird. Okay. Start. We recommend viewing the tutorial if this is your first time playing a Renpai virtual novel. What? Would you like to? I don't even know what a Renpai. Sure. Welcome to the tutorial. A quick run through of the shortcuts and functions. To advance through text, click the spacebar or enter. Should you miss a line or two while reading, you can always click the back button on the quick menu that is located on the upper right-hand corner of the text box. There's a limited amount of lines you can roll back to when you use this function. The shortcut for this function is page up. Okay, sure. That's a weird keybind, but okay. For the lines you have already seen, you can click the skip button to toggle to the of the skip mode. Sure. Keyboard function is tab or holding control. Why are we all over the keyboard? For the best experience, you may active auto forward mode. It can also be deactivated when you advance the text manually. The text speed and time of the delay may be adjusted through settings. We'll have to see how bad it is before we mess around with text speed. In-game menus, which consist of settings and save files, can be accessed by clicking on the glass slipper or simply pressing right-click. Where's the glass slipper? Oh, the giant slipper on the text box. Cool. In the setting menu, you can customize your reading experience. You can also enable or disable full screen mode and the right choice indicator. This is also where you can customize the skip mode function. The setting menu lets you adjust the text speed and the time auto forward mode takes before displaying the next line. Last but not least, you can also adjust the volume. You can have up to 72 save files in the save menu. 72? That seems extreme. They can be loaded even while playing the story in case you need to recall the events or reconsider your choices. That concludes the tutorial. Enjoy Cinderella Phenomenon Experience. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were two crystals. One was the crystallum Lucis, protected by the ruler of the fairies. The other was the crystallum Tenmerum, which was watched over by the high leader of the witches. The Lucis was sustained by love, happiness, and joy, and the other one by fear, anger, and hatred. The fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom. They regulated the powers of the crystals in order to maintain balance between darkness and light. For there can be no joy without sadness, no courage without fear. The kingdom was at peace for a time. Then one day, a traveling bard decided to write stories, tales of the magic and wonder of the kingdom. He named these stories fairy tales, for in fairy tales, the light always emerged victorious, and true love was a usual reward. The fairy tales spread further than could have been predicted, and the humans of the kingdom began to believe that fairy tales were true, and that the magic of the witches was inherently wicked and cruel. The witches became hated and feared. Eventually, they were hunted like animals, the witch hunt. The high leader of the witches, in all of her anger, created the fairy tale curse. You think we are wicked, so be it. Just as you have taken our happiness just as you have taken our happily ever afters, we shall take yours. The witches used the fairy tale curse to attack humans indiscriminately, ultimately throwing the kingdom into chaos and darkness. The ruler of the fairies, the Lucius Barrier, sought to regain peace, but the witches were blinded by their hatred for the humans who were responsible for the witch genocide. A terrible war, the Great War, began. Eventually, the Tenebrium Bear, the high leader of the witches, was finally defeated. It was lost, peace was restored, and the light once again triumphed. But darkness can never fully disappear. It waits in the shadows, patient for when its time will inevitably return. Contract. Sign here. Lucetta. What? No. Return. How am I supposed to sign? Oh. Hello? Game? What? Sure. We'll save, I guess. What am I supposed to do? Hello? Like, skipping doesn't do anything. What? Really? Maybe this is the end. This is all the game was. Just signing a contract. Can't believe I have to look up a guide already. Here we go. This might have... Nope. I just need to know how to move on. You would think games aren't this stupid. Wait, am I supposed to actually type things in? What am I... I'm totally lost. Maybe I have to actually listen to what you say. No. What am I doing wrong? Am I really this stupid? Why can't I just take her stupid name? At this point, we won't play this game either. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're named Blank because I had no name and this has already pissed me off. My name is Lucette Rila Britain, daughter of King General Britain III. I am the crown princess of the kingdom of Angelia. At least that was who I used to be, but that was before yesterday when I became the victim of the infamous fairy tale curse. Everyone has forgotten my birthright. Now I'm nothing more than a lowly peasant. I feel like I'm stuck in a nightmare, but no, this is my reality now. I still have no idea what I must do to break the curse. I close my eyes and remember that day. It had started out like any other day. Have you heard another person was cursed? I am on my way to the dining hall for breakfast when I stopped and listened to the sound of hushed voices. There are two maids standing next to each other with brooms in hand. Those two are slacking off again. That's terrible. What fairy tale curse was it? They said it was Pinocchio. Pinocchio, the fairy tale with the lion boy whose nose grew longer? That's awful. You know, more and more people have been getting cursed lately. You think those wicked witches are up to something again? I thought the fairy tale curse would stop after you-know-who was defeated. You two were hired to work, not talk. We're sorry, Your Highness. As can only be expected from the likes of them. Wow, aren't you a terrible person already? I knew that from the beginning though, so I guess it's not a shock. Another fairy tale curse? The fairy tale curse started spreading even before the Great War began. I do not have much interest in its effects even now. After all, most humans probably deserve to get cursed. The victims are weak. Angelia would be better off without the dead weight. If it were up to Mother, the curse would have been banished from Angelia the instant they fell prey to it. Oh, the cursed would be. But Mother is not here anymore, and she will not come back ever. Princess, the king and queen are waiting in the dining hall. I'm on my way. The king, Ophelia, and Rod are all present in the dining hall. Someone is conspicuously missing, but I ignore their absence. You were kinda ugly. Good morning, Luciette. Good morning, Your Majesty. Ah, you must take after your mother then. Good morning. Lucetta. Ophelia. Winesel? Every day I wonder why my father, the king, married a lowly baker. She could never be a true queen, for she pales in comparison to Mother. Your mother is dead, it sounds like, so you have nothing to compare to now. I take my seat next to the king, then look up at the person sitting opposite me. He has a little bunny on his shoulder. Rod. Benedict? Weidsver? My stepbrother is bored and quiet as usual. He is 2 years my junior and the younger of Ophelia's children. He is mute and uses a plush bunny to voice his thoughts. It was apparently given to him by a fairy. Well, that's cool, I guess. He minds his own business and is easy to deal with, but his older sister. My eyes go to the empty seat beside him. She is probably the most infuriating person I've ever had the displeasure of knowing. What is with some of these names? I am so sorry. I'm late. I was reading and forgot the time. And here she is. Good morning, dear father, mother. Good morning, Rod. And good morning to you too, Lucetta. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it? I like her eyes, though. We're gonna name her Emily, because I have absolutely no idea how you're gonna say that name. Emily, Rod's older sister and my stepsister. She acts as if we are blood, as if she too was born a princess, as if she could be crowned princess, perhaps steal my place. I will never let that happen. Now that everyone is here, let us begin. Butlers glide inside with silver trays to carefully serve us breakfast. I'm surprised both her kids have blonde hair. Blonde is not a normal trait. Or, it's not an easy trait to pass on. So, Emily, you were reading the fairy tale books that the king bought you? Oh yes, there are so many, and they are all so wonderful. Thank you so much, Father. I am happy that you like them. I love them. It's so strange that the library didn't have any of them to begin with. That's because Mother hated them. She had all the books burned. But why? They are such charming stories. Fairy tales mislead humans into believing they can have things they do not deserve. Fame, riches, love, happy ever afters. And when their wishes do not come to fruition exactly as they wanted them to, the humans blame the witches for granting them in the first place. What are you implying about the witches, Lucetta? The atmosphere shifts. The air in the room grows heavy. I continue to eat. Perhaps witches are not responsible for the evil in this world. Perhaps humans are the cause of their own downfall. Have you any idea what you are talking about, child? Witches have caused nothing but pain and suffering to this kingdom. Even now, they still spread the fairy tale curse to our innocent subjects. The truth is, I know very little about the time the witches had free reign over Angelia. I was very young then, and Mother forbid me to leave the palace, sometimes even my room. I know nothing of the people's supposed pain and suffering. Well, that would explain your crappy personality. Mother kept me away from everyone, and so I cannot bring myself to care. How do you know that cursed are innocent? Our people have been toiling day and night to rebuild Angelia after the Great War. Our people are the kingdom's foundation, and I am endlessly grateful for their determination and resolve. Every day I wonder what your mother taught you about. Sounds like you weren't part of her life at all either. Leave Mother out of this. Dear, please. Lucetta, darling, your father didn't mean to. I am not one of your children, Ophelia. I do not need your sympathy. Lucetta, you will show your mother respect. She is not my mother. I set down my fork and knife and stood up. I am done. Excuse me. My father and I have never gotten on, but our relationship has significantly worsened since he married the baker. My father, the king, it has been 17 years, and I have never felt any love from him. He treats Emily and Rod, who only entered our lives 1 year ago, as his own children, better than he ever treated me. This has been my life ever since Mother passed away 4 years ago. Mother was the only one that was there for me when no one else was. Even if it wasn't for the accident during the Great War, she would still be here. So the Great War just ended too. Okay. Why the sour face so early in the morning, Princess? Why are you so close? Yeah, back up, please. Let me guess. It's the king, the queen, or Princess Emily. Or is it all of them? I ignore his question. Fritz, what are you doing here so early? I'm running some errands for my father. Fitzgerald Aidan Leverton, son of the highest knight of the Order of Caldera. Why does she know everyone's middle names? Or does everyone have 2 first names? I guess it could be 2 last names. His father, Sir Alcaster, had served the royal family for many years. Sir Alcaster is one of the king's most trusted advisors. 3 years ago, Fritz was assigned the honor of becoming my personal knight. His presence is the only company I can tolerate nowadays. You should wait in the throne room then. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. Princess? Yes, you know, I haven't seen you smile once since I met you. That is a random thing to just comment about, but thanks. Why is that of any importance? Still, I do hope to see you smile one day, Princess. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I'll see you at 10. 10? Don't tell me you've forgotten. Forgotten what? You're going to town today, remember? I deflated at the realization dawned upon me. It's been 2 days since the king issued the order. Lucetta, I would like you to accompany Emily on one of her town outings. Surely you can send maids with her instead. I would not have requested you to accompany her if I was going to send her with maids. I want you to make an effort to get along with your stepsister. She is your sister, and you will treat her and Rod as if they were of your blood. 2 days from now, you are going to accompany Emily outside. It has been 4 years since you left the palace. 4 years since she's left the palace? So she must have gone out every so often as a child. But hasn't since her mother died, okay. Ever since then, you have locked yourself away. You barely leave your room. Angelia was in the grip of war back then, but now the kingdom is safe and back to its former glory. I want you to see how beautiful Angelia really is. Lucetta, a princess must know her kingdom. Go with Emily and she will show you the town that you only ever see through your windows. Is that an order? If it needs to be. Are we clear? Lucetta, understood. The last time I left the palace was 4 years ago when the king took me with him to check on the people after the Great War had ended. I shake my head, removing myself from the memory. I am safe here. Princess, are you all right? It won't be that bad. The townsfolk are good people. How can you be so sure? Times have changed. People change. That is precisely the problem. Mother never changed. Mother loved me until the end. Sometimes change is for the better, Princess. I think you'll see that today. If you'll excuse me, I shall see you later. Delora, do you think wishes witches are capable of bringing back the dead. I wish you could talk to me, you and the others. So it's a doll, okay. Yeah, it's a cute doll though. My dolls are my only friends. They are the ones I can trust. Unlike humans, they will never betray me. They will never hurt me. They will always be there for me. The moment I saw Delora, I knew she was special. She was different, so elegant and realistic, it was almost as if she was breathing. Oh, is it gonna be a human that's cursed to be a doll? She was a gift from the king on my 17th birthday. I only started receiving dolls from him when Mother passed away. Mother did not believe in birthday celebrations. But every year at midnight a letter would appear under my door. It would contain instructions leading me through the palace on an adventure to a room filled with gifts, cakes, and sweets. A child's dream. I've been fascinated by the dolls, which had always held a little greeting card. The card with the words, "I love you," on it, signed by M. The card would tell me to keep those celebrations a special secret, but I didn't need to be told that. Mother always found a way to show me she still cared, in her own way. The secret celebration had stopped as soon as she had disappeared. Yes? Excuse me, Your Highness, the king has requested your presence. We'll save while we're here. Let's turn up this, because I think she knocked on the door, but we weren't able to hear that. This better not be another lecture. Tell him I'm on his way. I'll see you later, Delora. Oh, that's better. Oh? Good morning, Your Highness. Sir Mithros? Sir Mithros, the royal advisor. Father entrusted to him a great deal, just like he does Sir Alacaster. Every day, you look more and more like your mother. I sometimes find Sir Mythos talking to Mother's portrait when he thinks no one is looking. He must have admired her a lot, but I cannot bring myself to think highly of him. There is something about him that puts me on edge. I just noticed that the text box has a like fleur-de-lure pattern to it. Are you on your way to see the king? I shall not keep you then. Until our next meeting, dear princess. Your Majesty. Lucetta, are you ready? You will enjoy this, Lucetta. I've heard the toy shop has lovely dolls. This will be good for you. You will get to know your sister better, and you will be able to interact with and learn about the people of Angelia, about our subjects. I will not learn anything I do not already know. Why do you always believe that the people around you are incapable of good? Because I have seen how quickly people will betray and manipulate each other to get what they want. Mother warned me about human nature. I wonder if her mother was not human. You do not see clearly, Lucetta. If you would only open your eyes, you would be able to see how good people really are. I believe I am already quite capable of seeing the true nature of people. After all, I've seen that there is no good in you. Lucetta, when were you Where were you when I needed you 4 years ago? Where have you been ever since? Back then, I've been overflowing with grief and pain. I just lost Mother, my entire world. I hoped that maybe that he would have shown me love and compassion. Even just a hug to let me know someone was there. It had been a childish hope. I have been left alone. I did not see him for months. Had barely even heard his voice. I cannot rely on anyone but myself. You cannot trust anyone but yourself. This is what you have taught me, Your Majesty. I know that I hurt you. I know that there is nothing I can do to atone for what I did. But please, Ophelia and her children are not a part of that. They do not deserve to be hated. In the end, they still matter more to him than I ever did. Lucetta, enough. I have already said I will go. Everyone is waiting outside. I shudder at the thought of leaving the palace after so many years. Lucetta, it will be okay. How can you be so sure? Thank you for agreeing to accompany Emily. I would not disobey an order from the king. Excuse me. This is a cute little toy shop. I love the tree that they have with the birdhouses on it. I think it says toy tree. That's cool. Hello, how can I help? Ria? Princess Emily, good to see you. I trail Emily, ignoring her as she embraces her friend. I glance around the small shop. The dolls displayed are nowhere near the quality of the ones in my room. Because you don't just stand out like a sword thumb with a bright blue cape. I cannot understand why Emily insists she buys gifts from her friend here. I cannot believe I am outside the palace. There's no need to be so tense, Princess. I would never let anything happen to you. Your only job is to relax and enjoy yourself. You ask the impossible of me. There is no need to be formal. I am still the same as I was. Oh yes, Rod's come along as well. It's been a while, Vioria. I think I'm just gonna call her V. It's good to see you again too, Rod. And I must introduce you to Her Highness the Crown Princess Lucetta. The look on V's face as she takes a step back from me is all too familiar. Fear. My apologies for being so rude, Your Highness. Good morning. And this is Sir Fritz And this is Sir Fitzgerald, Sir Alcaster's son. It is a pleasure to meet you, my lady. Oh, you're Sir Fitzgerald. You really are as handsome as Emily described you in her letters. I'm sorry? Please don't mind him, Sir Fitzgerald. I'm sorry, Emily. Right. So, what brings you all the way here? Oh, I'm here to get some toys, gifts from some new friends. Toys from here? Are you sure? Of course I am. I crossed my arms. I would prefer we finish this errand as quickly as possible. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Your Highness. Princess. I can barely breathe in here. I just want to go back to the palace. Good morning. Up until this point, I had always considered Mother to be the fairest beauty in the land. The lady that walks in proves me wrong. Her beauty is memorizing and clearly without peer. Everyone in the shop is openly staring. Oh, you're early today, madam. I have some important errands to run later today. Are the items ready now? Oh, of course. Let me go and fetch them for you. I'll just be a moment. You're gonna be Amelia. Why is she smiling at me? Here you go, madam. Thank you. Ah, that lady was beautiful, right? Any girl standing next to her becomes hopelessly ugly by comparison. Who is she? She's new around town. Says some say that she's a fairy. A fairy. Fairy tales have saved Angelia from the witches 4 years ago. Everyone considered them our saviors, and yet the fairies are still unable to stop the fairy tale curse from spreading. Here you go. Thank you so much. No, thank you, V. I hope to drop by again soon. Good. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. I hope to see you again soon too, as well, Rod. Likewise. Leaving the palace was a bad idea, but you got to see this beautiful woman. That counts for something. While I am out, I am the center of attention. You're also wearing a bright blue cloak. What were you expecting? Some townsfolk point and stare at me. Most, however, make a point of avoiding me like I am the plague. There are some spiteful stares, but thankfully none are nearly as intense as they were 4 years ago. I'm sure the townsfolk are only surprised to see you again after so many years. Right. Fritz and Rod lag behind us, which leaves only Emily walking beside me. I cannot decide which is worse, the staring or her company. Oh, Lucetta, look, a street performance. It's been so long since I last watched one. Street performance? Good day, everyone. Your gloves are kind of big. My name is Waltz, and I'm here to spread some happiness and magic. The boy named Waltz snaps his fingers, and colorful flower petals start to rain down from the sky. Isn't that pretty, Lucetta? And are those the princesses over there? It is an honor to have you in attendance. Please accept this humble gift. He snaps his fingers and white lilies appear in his hand. Oh, thank you. The boy looks at me as if expecting some kind of reaction. When he gets nothing from me, he sighs and gives me a weary smile. I hope to see you again during my next show. We'll definitely try. He gracefully bows before moving back into his area to perform more magic tricks for a gathering crowd. There are performers like this all around Angelia. I love them. Maybe someday we'll get to see some musicians too. Those are my favorite. I do not intend to leave the palace again. But you don't like it out here? Rod and I grew up here. I love Angelia, and this is my favorite part of the kingdom. I wanted to share this with you, Lucetta. I know you didn't really want to come, but you still tagged along. That means a lot to me, so thank you. I did not do this for you. I'm only here because the king ordered me to go with you. I just wanted us to be closer, Lucetta. I would like to try and be your friend. I do not want nor need your friendship. No matter how you act around me, we are not and will never be sisters. I'd take care to remember that if I were you. But Rod suddenly grabs my hand, pulling me away from Emily. Stop. He is staring daggers at me. I think this is the first time I've ever seen him angry. Rod, don't. Let me go. Both of you ought to stay away from me. If I feel the heavy atmosphere as I turn to look at the people staring at us, their expressions mirror the look of disdain I saw years ago. Anger, disgust, hatred. I begin to walk away. Princess, wait. Don't follow me. Princess. I adjust my cloak, making sure my face is hidden from view. I never should have left the palace. As I walk around, I watch the people bumbling down the streets, so carefree. They work so hard for so little reward. They could work their entire lives and never have a fraction of what I have. And you could fix that by not taxing people as much, but you're not going to. And yet, they are happy, and I heard Anise lost her job at the palace. It's true, Crown Princess Lucetta made sure the poor girl was fired. I stopped in my tracks at the mention of my name. Not again. Anise? Was that the name of one of the maids that tore Dolores' dress? If so, my decision to fire her was justified. A palace maid cannot be clumsy. Why should I tolerate poor performance? What did I do that was so wrong? I know that Anise, hard-working and big-hearted, very good with medicine. Shame she lost her job so quickly. You know, I know how hard the crown princess is to please. My friend at the palace says she doesn't even smile, only goes around with a cold look on her face. That's probably why people call her the Ice Princess. Ice Princess? So all those times I heard the servants saying that, I had always suspected they were talking about me. She's the complete opposite of our Princess Emily. That child's an angel. We all know she should be the crown princess. Annoyance begins to simmer inside me. I cannot stand hearing any more, so I walk away. Ever since Emily entered my life, I've always been compared to her. And now, I have become second best. I am Lucetta, daughter of the king and the crown princess of the kingdom of Angelia. I am of royal blood. She is nothing. There you are. Princess, you must come back with me. It's getting too late for you to remain outside. Princess, are you alright? Are you hurt? I brush him off and turn away. No need to fuss. Let us return to the palace. This is an Otome game, right? Why do I have no choices so far? We're already an hour in. Leaving the palace was physically and mentally draining. My bed is welcoming to my unusually heavy body. I turn my head and meet Dolores's glassy gaze from where she sits on my shelf. I left the palace today, did Laura. It was the same as all those years ago. Everyone looked at me like I was... What have I ever done to deserve those looks? How can I be so hated? Ice Princess. I wish Mother was here. I looked at the smiling faces of my dolls. At least I still have all of you. I yawn and stretch my arms. Good night, Delora. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Singing, but who? Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. I blinked my eyes open only to see Dolores sitting right in front of me on my bed. That would scare the jeebers out of me. You have your dolls sitting on your shelf when you go to bed, and then when you wake up, probably middle of the night, your doll's staring at you right at the edge of your bed. Moonlight spills across her delicate features. How I wonder what you are. Wasn't she on the shelf with all the other dolls when I went to bed? Laura? It's almost time. I pinch my cheeks to make sure I'm not dreaming. It hurts. Only 10 minutes before the clock strikes 12. I hope you're ready, Princess. What? My jaw just turned into a human. How? Wow. It's such a shock that she was human. Or she's a witch. I guess she could be a fairy, but I doubt she's going to be a fairy. Who are you? You know who I am. I've been watching you since the day your father gave me to you. What is happening? I don't think I've ever been so confused in my life. All the answers will come with time, but right now I'm here to give you something, Princess. A glass slipper. Is this Cinderella's very own glass slipper? It is beautiful, too beautiful. Then a realization begins to dawn on me. I wonder if you can make actual glass slippers. Because they have like some thick glass. Would you be able to form it into shoes that you could actually wear? Or would they be too chunky and heavy to walk around in? Probably too heavy. But You're a witch. Wow, shock. Smart girl. I knew you'd figure that out eventually. Now it's time to say goodbye to your precious crown. What? Sweet dreams, Cinderella. Hey, wake up, girl. Huh? Where am... Ow, my head. You have some nerve sleeping in front of my shop. Leave before a customer sees you. I was in my room. How am I here? Did you not hear what I said, you filthy child? Filthy? You would speak to your crown princess in such a manner? If you're the crown princess, then I'm the queen. You must have been knocked on the head quite hard to have such grand delusions. I am not delusional. I am Lucetta, blood daughter of the king and the crown princess of Angelia. Right. The king never had a daughter with that witch. Is she referring to mother? Witch? Don't pretend to be stupid, girl. I can only stare at her, puzzled. Our good king only has stepchildren, Princess Emily and Prince Rod, and you are most definitely neither of them. What? Now, get going before you go spouting your gibberish at my customers and scare them away. With a huff, she leaves me to my own rapid turning thoughts. I quickly realize that I'm wearing tattered clothes and that I do not even have shoes on. No, no, no. This cannot be happening. Something shimmers against my chest and I reach up to grab it. Isn't that an ugly pendant? This is... It all floods back. Delora being a witch, Cinderella's glass slipper. This is not a dream. Delora gave me the fairy tale curse. My hands begin to tremble. I must return to the palace to speak with the king. Let me in. Sorry, girl, but this place is off limits to uninvited guests. You do not understand. I am Crown Princess Lucetta. I must speak with my father. As loath as I am to call him that, I have to. No one will believe me if I am addressing him by title. You best leave now, nice and quiet, before we have to force you. If you would only make way for the king. The gates swing open and 3 horses trot out. Soldiers ride 2 of the horses while the last horse has a different familiar rider. Father! I immediately move to block the path of this horse. The soldiers move to hold me back. Your Majesty. What is this? Your Majesty, this girl is claiming to be your daughter. Daughter? Both of my stepchildren are in the palace right now. What even father is a part of this. Don't know why that was so hard to read. Father, you must help me. A witch has cursed me. For once in your life, just once, help me. You must believe me. Yes, believe some random stranger off the street that they're your daughter. Tell me, where is your family, child? Why are you all alone? He looks at me with pity in his eyes. He is looking at me more kindly as a peasant than he ever did when I was the crown princess and his daughter. I recoil. You must be hungry. Take this. Oh, I thought he was gonna give us food, not a bag of coin. This should feed you and your family for a day or two. The kingdom offers work opportunities to those who need them. Please let your parents know. I don't want your pity, father. Please, escort this girl back to her home. Make sure she gets there safely. At once, your majesty. At least he didn't just throw us to the side. He's kind enough to give us money for food and have some of his knights take me back home. I watch as my father and his 2 guests ride away on their horses, leaving me to stand in their dust. He left me alone again. Where's your home, girl? There's nowhere left for me to go. Father has forgotten me. Leave me. Now, look here. Our orders were to leave me alone. Suit yourself. Don't say we didn't try. Don't cause any more scenes, little girl. I watch with the blurry eyes as the knights return to the palace. How could this be happening? I stare at the small pouch in my hands. I do not know what hurts more, the fact that I have just been unceremoniously paraded away from my home like I am nothing more than a piece of garbage, or the fact that my own father does not recognize me. Oh, look at the girl's hideous dress. How difficult it is to be poor. I clutch the pouch closer to my chest as I run to an empty alley. I huddle in a corner, trying to become as small as possible. I squeeze my eyes shut, hoping when I next open them, everything will be back to normal. Drink? Oh. There we go. No matter what happens, you must not leave the palace. Why? The world is cruel. People will even hurt you. But they are always so nice to me. That is only because you are the crown princess. They will only ever think of what they can take from you. I'm trying to protect you, my love. This is why you must never leave the palace. Never leave mother. I am the only one who will ever love you so much. Do you understand? I understand. Oh, that was all just the prologue. Now we're getting into chapter 1. Well, let's save, I guess. When I open my eyes, I'm still on the streets. I must have fallen asleep. But the nightmare continues. I am cold in my rags. I hold myself for warmth, willing some of the cold away, but fail. My feet are numb and in pain, caked in a dirt that I have gathered from walking barefoot around town. Caked in a dirt. Okay. Well, there's a frightful sight. Beggar probably thought she could try her luck with the nobility that lives around here. Just look at how ragged she looks. What are you looking at? At 2 women with that lack of basic manners of a noble upbringing. Silence, girl. Do you know who you're talking to? No, and I don't care. What nerve. let's just go. There's no reason to stoop to a commoner's level. I will remember you, and once I break this curse, I will make you regret your words. I've become acutely aware of the fact that I have not eaten anything for almost a day. I've been sitting here thinking on my new mess that is my life. But moping around will not break my curse. Crying will not help either. I should find that witch first, but how? I have no idea where she is. Delora, I swear I'll make you regret this. I swear I will make you regret doing this to me. When I find you, I will find food first. Is this all the king thinks I'm worth? Leave, girl. A dirty peasant like you has no place in this restaurant. But why? I can pay. Find another place. You're scaring away my customers. Am I not a customer? Shoo, there's nothing for you here. He just swatted me away like a fly. The nerve. Sensing that this will get me nowhere, I ball my hands into fists and walk away. I get the same treatment at the next 3 restaurants I try. I am treated as something less than dirt, like my money has no real value. I am the crown princess. They have no right to turn me away like this. I have been eating stale bread. Anything to keep the hunger at bay. The bread barely helps. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice a small bakery. There are croissants on display that make my mouth water. Slowly, I begin to make my way over there. Ow. My feet ache with every step. They look and feel even worse than before. If only I had enough coin for a pair of shoes. But food is more important. If the rags that I am wearing and the pouch of money are all I have, then I need to prioritize. And I will die before I beg. 2 croissants. You'll need to pay, kid. You need to pay, girl. There's no free handouts here. I take a coin from my pouch and hand it to her. This should be more than enough. The shop owner stares at the coin before reluctantly taking it. She hands me 2 croissants and a paper bag. I will not ask where you got those coins. Are you implying that I stole them? How else would a beggar like you get that amount of coin? Now be off with you, child. I won't have you scaring away any other customers. Without another word, I turned and started to walk away from that woman. So, this is the goodness of the people of Angelia. I mean, this is how most people treat homelessness. I take a bite out of one of the croissants, cringing a little at the dryness. Hey girl, what now? We saw you at that shop. Want to share how you got your coins there? Excuse me? Look at her, brushing us off like she's royalty or something. Let me go. You ain't no better than us. Now, be a good girl and hand over that pouch. The man on my left grabs at my pouch and attempts to yank it away from me. I will not let those brutes take anything from me. I elbow the man in the stomach, then aim to kick at the other man's shin. I have an opening, and I take it. What? I pull myself free and begin to run as fast as I can. Hey. Where do I go? I'm not familiar with the streets at all. It's highly likely I'm just going to hit a dead end. Where should I go? Finally, we get a choice. Are we going left or right, though? I mean, we don't even know, like, a general idea of where we've been today, so we could be going in circles regardless of which way we go. I guess we'll go left. I cannot let the pain in my feet or my exhaustion stop me. If I stop now, they will definitely catch me. And taking my coins might not be the worst thing they do. A dead end. Nowhere left to run now, girl. What do I do? Oh, who are you, gentlemen? This is definitely not how you treat a lady. Huh? Who is there? A shadow looms above us. Oh, is this gonna be the beautiful woman? Before I can blink, a person has jumped down in front of me. His body acts as a barrier between the two men and me. Who are you? Oh, me? Just a passing gentleman concerned about a damsel in distress. He turns to the men, his expression calm, his eyes flashing dangerously. Now shall I teach you gentlemen a lesson? He's got a sword. What? Come back here, you coward. The two of us can take him. I think your friend has the right idea. I'm not the type to show mercy. This is way too much trouble for a little gold. Are you alright, my lady? You found her. The boy from yesterday? A little slow, aren't you, kid? Don't call me that. These two know each other? I wonder if they're also cursed. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I feel ill. My head is pounding and my feet feel simulously like they are frozen and on fire. My stomach rumbles, the hunger coming back with vengeance. My body feels light. Princess, princess. Lady Parfait? Parfait? I think that's Parfait. We'll be able to help her. Yet they must also be cursed if they know we're the princess. You're right. We need to move now before anyone else sees us. Yeah. You've made the right choice. The crystal on the upper right corner indicates that you made the right choice for a particular love interest. Each color responds to a certain love interest. They also appear blatantly after you make a choice, so keep your eyes and ears open. Okay. Hang in there, princess. So, we're finally on a path. Everything is fading. A dream? What is in your hands, Lucetta? It was hurt. I just wanted to help it, but it died. It's all my fault. It's not your fault, my love. It died because it was weak. But this is the world, Lucetta. Only the strong survive, the weak get cast aside to die. You are not weak. You are strong, my crowned princess. And do not cry. Now wipe your tears. I don't want to see you cry again. Do you understand? Yes. Now get rid of that thing and wash your hands. Did you not hear me, child? Yes, mother. Oh, you're awake. Where am I? Ah, well, this isn't my room. My hand flies to my chest where the little glass slipper hangs from my neck. still here. Are you okay, miss? This girl is the maid that tore Dolores's dress, the one I fired for her clumsiness. Miss? To think I would meet her again here, like this. Leave me alone. Right, of course. Here's some salve I made for you. It'll help with the pain. Now what? Haven't thwatted all you have, Ice Princess? Oh, haven't thawed. You. Suddenly, there she is. Dolores stands before me with a snide smile, looking happy with herself. She is the cause of everything I've been through, all the pain, heartache, and hunger. It is her fault. I try to stand thinking to give the witch a piece of my mind, but as soon as my feet touch the floor, pain shoots up my legs. I end up falling back to the bed. Ow. You should be more grateful to the girl you just chased away. She's been taking care of you for the past 2 days. 2 days? I've been passed out for 2 days? I am suddenly vibrating with anger. Remove the curse. Now. Do you think you can just command me to remove the curse in your best princess voice? What do you want? Gold? What I want is worth more than all the gold you can summon in Angelia, princess. Besides, haven't you read your fairy tales? The caster cannot take a curse back. Wow. You need to focus on breaking the curse yourself if you want your life returned. Mother burned the books before I could read more than 1 or 2 of them. I do not think either involved curses, just genies and trading away your voice for legs. It's good to see you're awake, princess. Parfait, should you really be up and about? Don't fuss, I'm feeling much better. Are you a witch as well? Oh no, my name is Parfait and I am fairy. A witch and a fairy in one room being friendly with one another? Impossible. Oh, look at her face. You weren't expecting that at all, were you, princess? What's going on? I'm sure you have many questions, princess. How do you know I am the princess? Don't be silly, she's a fairy, of course she knows. I promise we'll do our best to answer your questions. I don't believe I know where to start. What would you like to know? I would like to say first. Okay, why am I cursed? How do I break the curse? What would happen if I don't break the curse? And why are you two working together? Well, obviously, if I don't break the curse, I'm gonna be stuck like this and probably die. Why am I cursed? Does that really matter at this point? I'm already cursed. Probably learning how to break the curse would be helpful. But it also would be nice to know why a fairy and witch are working together. Let's go with how do I break the curse. The necklace you got is one of Cinderella's glass slippers. To break the curse, you must get the second slipper, complete the pair. And how do I do that? By doing 3 good deeds. What? It's a very easy thing to do. At least for someone who knows how to be good. 3 good deeds? What does that even mean? I wouldn't even know where to start. Take heart, princess. Goodness is inherent in everyone. Are you sure that's the case with this one? Delora, you are not helping. I am a witch and I think I have more goodness in my big toe than she has in her entire body. Now you're just being mean. I mean, Lucetta's kind of sucks. For every good deed you accomplish, you will get a piece of the glass slipper. When you've gotten all three, you complete the pair and the curse will break. Simple. I suggest you start polishing that attitude of yours. Oh, I get to learn them all. Okay. That's nice. Then we'll just go in order. So why am I cursed? Seriously, you're really going to ask that? I wouldn't have asked if I knew the answer. You have such a temper on you. Very well, this one's got a simple answer. It's because you're a cold-hearted, cruel, wicked princess who deserves to be punished. Delora, a curse is the only way to force you to change your horrid ways. Delora, you could have put that more nicely. I'm pretty sure I was already being nice. Change. Why do I need to change? Are you completely unaware of how heartless you are to other people? The coldness you show to your stepfamily and your father? The way you treat Princess Emily? Why would they need to be treated any differently? You need to prove that you have some goodness to you, princess. Some smidgen of goodness, of kindness. Why? People only show you kindness when they want something from you. The instant they get what they want, they'll just throw you away. What happens if I don't break the curse? I think you know the answers to that one already, princess. Why are you two working together? To answer that, we'll have to give you a bit of a history lesson. History lesson. Oh, I got this. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there are two crystals. Dramatics aside, there is one crystal in the kingdom called Crystallum Lucis. It is powered by happiness and love. The other is the crystal Tenebrium, powered by fear and anger. The strongest of the witches is the Tenebrium bearer. The strongest of the fairies is the Lucis fairy. Why are we going back through this? Like, we saw the history lesson before the prologue. Like, if you wanted to tell the character the history lesson, then you shouldn't have had it for the player to read before now. Parfait is the Lucis barrier. I take in Parfait's frail and sickly appearance. She's the strongest fairy. The Great War greatly damaged me. My powers are a fraction of what they used to be. And with no child, I have no successor to my burden. What does a bear do? The bears regulate the energy of the crystals and keep the balance between darkness and light. For centuries, the fairies and witches live in harmony with the humans of the kingdom, until a certain human decided to be a pest. Who was he? I knew him as Hans Gabriel Grimm. He wrote the fairy tales, and he started the feud between the witches and the fairies in the process. How could such a simple person have so much power? It was the power of his word. In Grimm's stories, the witches were always evil. The humans naturally grew to fear and hate them. They began to hunt them. Didn't the witches fight back? We weren't allowed to use our powers to cause harm. But that all changed when the Tenebrum bearer decided revenge was more important than our promise. When the witches took over the kingdom, they created the fairy tale curse to spread even more sadness and anger, to fill the human heart with negative emotions, all to fuel the power of the Tenebriums. The delicate balance of harmony between the crystals was broken. The witches and the Tenebrium grew far stronger than they were ever meant to be. We had no choice but to fight, and then the Great War happened. The Tenebrium bear was eventually defeated. The Great War was ended with the help of an unexpected ally, but many lives were lost. The good witches suffered horribly. We still have to stay hidden in hopes to have any kind of peace. Are you trying to make me believe there are good witches? The Tenebrium can poison a heart and mind into darkness and cruelty. The witches put themselves at risk in working with the Tenebrium in maintaining harmony. Some inevitably are corrupted. Many good witches were corrupted during the war. Most remain that way. Many do not believe it, but witches can be just as kind as fairies, and yet it wasn't a fairy that cursed me. I've done good by cursing you, princess. You'll thank me when you've broken it. Delora was not corrupted by Tenebrium. She is as good as they come. Hopefully you'll come to see that for yourself. I doubt it. Apart from my own inherent goodness, Parfait and I are working together because we have a common goal, which is to restore the balance between darkness and light. 3 good deeds and I get my life back. Easier said than done. You said Cinderella, didn't you? Didn't she just go to a ball and find a prince? What does doing good have to do with that? Going to a ball, finding a prince? That's all so old-fashioned. No fun in that. Cinderella is a girl with a pure heart. She's always willing to help others, even when they are cruel to her. Anyway, I have brought some clothes for you. I'll leave them on the table. We'll be waiting outside. There are some people I'd like you to meet. Oh, okay. I think this is a good stopping point. Because I don't know where another good stopping point would be. Otherwise, because at least we'll start off with changing and then going to meet probably whoever saved us. So we will call it here for the day. Story-wise, it's interesting, I guess, so far. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I will see everyone next Tuesday. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.